Our lives are like an hourglass. Life is often compared to an hourglass, with each grain of sand representing a moment in time that passes inexorably through the narrow neck of the glass. An hourglass is representative of time. Time is something we all have been given, and it is a precious commodity. The time we use cannot be recovered. The time that we have remaining is a mystery. The Bible also uses this metaphor to describe the fleeting nature of our existence on earth. Here are some Bible verses and explanations to help us understand this concept. Psalm 103:15-16. As for man, his days are like grass, he flourishes like a flower of the field, for the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and its place knows it no more. This verse from Psalm 103 compares our lives to the grass and flowers that grow in the field. They may flourish for a time, but they are ultimately temporary, withering away in the face of the passing wind. Similarly, our lives may seem long, but in the grand scheme of things, they are brief and fleeting. James 4:14. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. In this verse, James reminds us that our lives are like a mist that appears briefly and then disappears just as quickly. We cannot predict what will happen in the future, and we must make the most of the time we have now. Ecclesiastes 3:1-2. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up what is planted. This passage from Ecclesiastes acknowledges that life is a cycle of birth and death, of growth and decline. There is a time for everything, and we must accept that our time on earth is limited and make the most of it. Psalm 90:10. The years of our life are 70, or even by reason of strength 80, yet their span is but toil and trouble, they are soon gone, and we fly away. This verse from Psalm 90 reminds us that even if we live to a ripe old age, our lives are still brief and full of toil and trouble. We must not take our time for granted and make the most of the opportunities that come our way. Matthew 6:19-21. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. This passage from Matthew reminds us that the things we accumulate on earth are temporary and will eventually decay or be taken away. Instead, we should focus on accumulating treasures in heaven, where they will last for eternity. In conclusion, the metaphor of an hourglass is a powerful reminder that our lives are brief and that we must make the most of the time we have. By focusing on what is truly important and investing in our relationship with God, we can ensure that our lives have lasting value and significance beyond our fleeting time on earth.